Hey there. Welcome to the No Sugar Added podcast, where three friends keep it real and don't sugarcoat what's wrong with today's relationships and dating scene, with your hosts, Dan, J-Fabs, and Jean-Claude.
Welcome to another episode of No Sugar Potted.
No Sugar Potted.
The No Sugar Added podcast. You know, your podcast for love and relationships and everything in between. I'm your host today, Jean-Claude, with Dan the Terminator.
Just Dan.
Yeah.
Dan the Terminator, that is forever your
Just
name.
Dan.
J-Fabs.
Done.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and mangoes. How you guys? Good? Bad?
Yeah, great.
You know, it's like we just recorded an episode like 10 minutes ago.
Back to back.
Exactly, back-to-back episodes. If you see the past episode, you'll realize that we're in the same clothing, exact same positioning. We're going nowhere. We live here now.
The camera moved, so we're not.
Oh, word. Oh, we live here now with Dan. We're roommates.
There you go.
3 dudes, 1 bed.
Yeah.
Queen
wow.
bed.
Oh, wow. A queen bed. What's that going to fit? Like you and me? What about him?
He's small enough. He could do the Jeremy. He could lay sideways.
Yeah, your nasty ass feet by me.
We won't get to that story. All right, let's do it.
So today's topic, it's a little bit of an opinionated piece, and it came to me a couple of weeks ago. I was a little high, and I was watching that movie that I like so much, La La Land, and something dawned on me.
Good movie.
Oh, you saw it?
Fuck yeah. You haven't seen La La Land?
No.
Bro, you'll love it. You'll love it.
It's all
Wait,
singing.
did you watch it because I said to watch it?
No, I've seen it years ago.
Oh,
You
bitch.
didn't know about it?
No, every time I brought it up, you never
Yeah.
said anything, so I just assumed that you
Honestly,
never
I was probably
watched
zoned out.
it. I'm just here trying to give out good movie recommendations.
That shit's good.
Watch it. It's a fantastic movie, bro. Is it because you don't like musicals?
No, it's good. It's good.
In a
good.
sense of musical, would you say it's only 10% musical?
It's
Or
a
less.
very small portion, but it's also like their tone of their tone when they're singing in there's certain portions. It's not like over exuberant. Like it's not very like Broadway.
Exaggerated or
Yeah, like
anything.
exaggerated. Like it's very it's them speaking. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. It's a bro. Watch the movie.
All right, nerds. Let's do it.
This fucking guy. You know what? We're gonna have a movie night one day.
The Sugar Rated movie night.
Oh, whoa. Sunday. Let me know. Sunday.
It is Sunday.
Huh?
It is Sunday.
No, next Sunday. I got nothing to do. Let me know. We can watch it.
Alright.
But yeah, I was watching the movie, and then something dawned on me how the movie goes from everything you'd want in a relationship, and then, of course, obviously, at the end, it goes to shit, and it doesn't work out. And then I realized something like, as we were children, all the Disney movies, all the, the kid cartoons, they always fed us this lie that everything's going to be all right. Everything, like, the first person that you love will be the first person that you will end up. I mean, they will be the only person that you end up with. They will be the person you end up with for 70, 80 years, and then one of them is going to die. It was very, what's that movie with the old man and the dog, and there's a lot of balloons in a house? Up. Remember that story? You remember that beginning sequence with the old man?
Yeah.
Yeah, he meets this girl, and then she becomes a wife, and then everything is all rainbows until she dies and whatever. I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about how, children's books, almost all of Disney and most of kids' entertainment, even when we were growing up, comparative to now, even when kids are growing up, everything is rainbows and sunshine. Did I say rainbow or rainbows?
Rainbows.
Yeah, rainbows and sunshine. They don't talk about the actual things that happen in real life, and I'm not quite sure if that's because they're trying to save children because they're innocent and let them experience that when they get a little bit older, or is it because it's truly to not let kids know, like, yeah, that's not how the world's gonna work. You're gonna have a whole lot of heartbreak in between.
Trials and tribulations.
So I was thinking about it, and I was just like, fuck, bro. Like, they really led us to believe, since we were 5, 6, up to like 15, 16, to think like, oh yeah. Like, we're going to find the one, and it's going to be perfect from there on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever until one of us dies.
Yep.
So my question to you guys is, what do you guys think about that? Think of the things that you've seen when you were children.
Because when we were younger, we lived in a different time period. You know, whoever's making these shows, they lived with certain values. I mean, back in those days, it's like when you marry, you marry. Like, there was not as much divorce back then than there is now. It's like you stick it out with that partner. Maybe back then, whoever's writing these are kind of sticking to their life. The
90s.
Yeah.
Old family values.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, even today in this day and age, working in a school district, I go into a lot of classrooms where the teachers are showing these new Disney movies, mainly Disney. I can't think of any other corporation that exudes children's content like Disney. If you guys can think of one, please let me know. But I honestly can't think of one.
Pixar.
Isn't that connected to Disney?
Now it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part. Like when you think Pixar, there's an association directly towards Disney. At least for me, there is. You know, Illumination, same thing with Disney. They're all somehow Disney. They're either in Disney's orbit or they're satellites to Disney content. Looking, like I said, going to classrooms, seeing the movies that these teachers are showing the younger kids, kind of dawned on me that these new movies are showing the same type of rhetoric that we were given when we were children. Like, hey, that girl Rapunzel, if she's sassy, if you just keep on chipping at it, she's going to be with you forever and ever. And then it's going to be rainbows and butterflies for life. I see that, and I see more and more movies coming out with that, where there's a protagonist who has an opposing protagonist as well, who is the love interest, and they go through a minuscule trial and tribulation, and then they end up together, and the movie just ends with and they lived happily forever and after.
It's been like that since the beginning of time, though. That's not only cartoons. That's like, have you ever been on Lifetime? Same show with
the
Lifetime.
channel?
The Hallmark channel?
All those
Okay,
movies,
or the Harlem. Actually, those are other good things for adult content.
Yeah.
That's adult content more, and I agree with that. I also believe that those two channels, or whatever you want to call them, what would you call them? Are they called
Hallmark channel? I mean, they're just family-oriented television.
Yeah,
movies.
those two networks. There we go. Those two networks also push out this type of content where hey, yeah, everything is rainbows and sunshine, but it's not. Not everyone stays with that person for their life. Not everyone has 50 years of marriage. Not everyone gets to not experience breakups, I guess. That's a weird way of putting it. Everyone experiences a breakup eventually.
Yeah, everyone goes
I
through.
never felt so good in a place like this.
Dang.
Just like Nicole Kidman said. Wait, can they sue us for that?
Yeah.
Come at us, AMC. I dare you.
But every time, that's all I think about when I hear heartbreak.
Okay, yeah. Heartbreak. That's a good word to use. They make it seem like heartbreak doesn't exist in the real world, and I feel like these kids, I feel like us as children, we're led to believe we're gonna find the people that we're meant to be with, and it's gonna be forever and ever and ever. But no, we've all gone through heartbreak multiple times. We've all gone through some sort of weird breakup. We've all gone through some weird thing with the opposite sex or the same sex. For the viewers who are listening, we don't judge. And I just feel like we were led to believe a lie. They fed us this image of everything's great. Once you're an adult, that's it. You're good. You're Gucci. You're golden, baby. There's no worries in the world. Maybe financial worries, but there's no worries ever outside of that. And then we come and grow up. We get into our teens. We have a breakup or two. And we start realizing oof. There is no Snow White. There is no Cinderella. There is no
Ain't no Prince Charming.
There is no Prince Charming.
For some there are.
For
some people, they met in high school and they're married still today.
Maybe more in the South, I would say.
There are some
more in the South.
They
just married their brother and sister.
Yeah.
There are some exceptions, but I feel like majority of the people who grew up watching this content as they were getting as they were young and now they're older, they've come to the realization that, yeah, it's not always like that. There isn't just one person and one person, that's it. There isn't just like, I'm going to be forever together with this person. There are hardships and breakups, heartbreak in between. And no one ever kind of prepares us. Even the teachers, when we're young and they're reading all these storybooks, there's no book that I can recall where the character doesn't get what they wanted.
So should we blame the movie studios for not giving us a better depiction of what is more of a modern take on things? Like,
You know,
I don't think that's the point.
you don't think
No.
so?
No, I think they want to engage with their fans.
So I was thinking about this, and when I say thinking, I'm like, it's been like the one question on my mind for the past like almost 2 weeks, because like it just bothered me. I feel like we should blame the people who create this content because they know that heartfelt, like, stories that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside sell. No one wants to go to a Disney animated movie, where the princess or the prince, whatever, where they don't end up getting the person. No one wants to go to a La La Land version of a Disney movie.
Everyone wants a happy ending.
Everyone wants to happen. Can you imagine a La La version? What?
Oh my god. Sick fuck.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I said.
No.
He said he wants a happy ending.
He's like, everybody wants happy ending. I'm like, oh yeah, they do.
But no, like, you've seen La La Land. You've seen how it's kind of
Yeah.
it's pretty sad ending.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
good love story.
yeah, I don't want to give anything away about the movie for those who haven't seen it, but it paints more of a picture of like what I would assume as
Realism.
two adults who, you know, go through life and then, you know, they start realizing their passions and their things that are, you know, they are things that they need, they want to do and they need to do, and they go out and they achieve those tasks, and, you know, what are we left with at the end? I think that's a big
Two people want to be together. They can't be together, essentially.
I mean, to be honest with you, well, I'm not gonna try to get with the movie or anything,
Yeah,
but
just say it.
at
The
the
movie's
end,
been out for years, bro. There's no
It's
spoilers.
been almost 10 years.
There's no spoilers,
all
bro.
right. Well, if we wanted to get, if you want a different ending or an extended ending, I might say towards the end of the movie when they both see each other, you know,
He should have just gone up to her and kissed her. I'll be real.
I mean,
I'll be real.
Technically, some might say that would be that would be the ending that we all wanted to see.
Oh no! Then she slaps him like, I'm with someone else. I'm like, I just wanted this one kiss though. Bye.
And then give it a month, and then she's thinking about that kiss, because all it takes is that one kiss to start
It's true.
Start
All it takes
the-
is one kiss.
start the engine back up, and it's revving. And who knows where it's gonna take? You know, where this train will take you.
No, it's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was a good depiction of a little bit more modern time things, and especially for those who are in the cities and who realize there's a certain amount of risk that you have to apply towards whether it's your profession or whether it is whatever direction you go in life. There's always going to be some risk of time, and sometimes we got to give up our time to do the things that we've wanted to do. But there, you know, some also might say that ending could have been an extended ending, and they could have ended up together, like you were just saying. All it takes is that.
They should have ended up together.
All
I'm
it
not gonna
takes
lie
is
about
that one persistent
That's my one
person.
beef. Like, out of all the movies I've seen that revolve around love, and I love a good movie with a good love story, that is the one movie that pisses me off at the same time as much as I love it, because they didn't end up together, because they were perfect, but they didn't end up together.
And that sometimes that happens in life, right? You don't get sometimes your person that you thought was going to be your person.
Yeah,
know?
you don't get to have your plan A. You had to get a plan B.
But then there's also so many, lessons in trials and tribulations, like we previously spoke on other podcasts, that leads you to someone who, checks your boxes, less red flags, or, like.
Man, making references to old episodes. I love this. We're creating good lore.
So it's, everything sets us up for something that we currently have, or what we're going to attain at some point in time. So
I go back to my original question. Can you imagine Disney comes out with a movie next year, a Disney animated movie just like all the Disney animated movies that they come out where there's a happy ending, but instead of a happy ending, they give you a La La Land happy ending. Oh no, I'm sorry, a La La Land ending. Can you fathom that movie being real? Like, do you think that movie would actually exist?
I'm sure they exist already. I mean, do you,
majority?
do we all sit here and watch Disney movies all day? I don't even remember the last time I watched a Disney movie.
But you know what? We should have Oscar on
A
this
new
one
one,
because
at
I know
least.
guests watch that Disney shit.
Yeah, you got that.
I know
newborn.
Seth has him watching that Disney shit. There's no way in hell that or Coco Melon because of Emmy. Yeah,
Yo,
that girl's addicted to Coco Melon.
all about that Bluey, guys.
Fuck Bluey, bro.
What? You don't like Bluey?
Do you?
Yeah,
Why are you watching Bluey?
because I got nieces, son.
I'm a Blue's Clues man.
Bluey's has so many more life lessons. It's so
I don't know. I haven't watched any of that shit.
it's on point, man.
You know, bro, I'm a bananas and pajamas kind of guy.
Bananas and pajamas.
Damn, throw it back.
Yo. Me and my sister both used to have Banana 1 and Banana 2.
That was a great show.
Facts. But yeah, I just feel like, okay, sure, we don't watch all of Disney's products. I don't watch all of Disney's products unless it's Marvel related or Star Wars related. But when you think Disney, like if you do a word association game with the word Disney, 9 times out of 10, you're most likely going to get happy ending out of it.
Hi.
Right?
Bro.
Not in the sexual context. Not in the sexual context. You know what I mean.
Get your damn mind out of the gutter, boy.
In the feelings context.
This is a relationship and love podcast.
Come see us for No Sugar Added After Dark. That's where we do the nasty
Subscribe
shit.
to our Patreon.
We do the podcast in the dark too, so no one can see our faces. But yeah, I when you do a word association with the word Disney, most of the times it's happy endings, good feelings, nothing's ever bad. No one, the only person that dies is maybe the villain. That's it. There's no heartbreak, no true heartbreak. None that's focused for the main characters. Maybe you'll have an Olaf who's a side character who doesn't get to end up with Princess Elsa because he's a snowman and she's a real person. Who knows? I think that's like kind of like the plot for Frozen. Not quite sure. I never really saw the movie entirely.
Yeah, me either. Sorry, guys.
But you know, there's heartbreak maybe for side characters, but there's never heartbreak for the main characters. They always get what they want. They're never brokenhearted. They walk away into the sunset. We're led to think like there'll be a sequel where we get to see this happiness and they get to fight some other obstacle, get over another obstacle, and they end up even happier than ever in the second movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see a movie out there portraying that.
Where it's more realistic.
Yeah.
Where it shows kids of a certain age like, yeah, you're going to go through heartbreak at least 2 or 3 times in your life, and it's going to take you a while to find a partner. But when you find that partner, maybe, just maybe. Yeah, you can watch adult shows, but...
One for children.
So you just want your kid to be watching a Disney movie, watch all this heartbreak, and then them start thinking about their life.
Yeah.
Even though they're too young to even think about that shit to begin with.
I'd rather have them think that
false,
than,
bro.
than think a
Let
false
them
reality
have the fucking happy
painted.
ending.
There we go.
Everyone will learn.
Like my individual
Eventually,
here.
just like you guys did. They'll all learn. Why would I want my 5 to 10, whatever the fuck old that person is, to be watching all this heartbreak?
You don't feel like they'd be better equipped for the world if they knew the truth?
No.
More prepared
They'll
for
learn
the
that
world.
shit, bro. It's called life lessons.
But
life
then,
experience.
But then they're gonna learn the hard way just as much as someone would have learned.
Not necessarily, no.
A mannerism.
Just because they watch a movie and don't see heartbreak in it, they still have fucking eyeballs. They can still see around them. They can still see people get hurt.
But they're so young. Like their minds are so
I feel like
mendable
the
that
innocence
age.
inside them prevents them from really seeing a situation for what it is.
I don't want my young child to be watching all this heartbreak. When he's older, he'll start watching normal shit. He'll learn through life.
His child's gonna be doing the heartbreak.
I feel like we need to ask the audience, the people who are watching.
What do you guys think?
What's their thoughts on this one?
Do you let your children? What do you prefer your children to experience? Not to experience, but to know that it's not going to always be rainbows and butterflies when they're younger, or you prefer for them to experience it when they're older, and then them kind of hate you for not telling you about them, for them not to be told about it
through movies and through society.
Yo, I'll be real, my first breakup, I was 11, and I know 11. It's 11. Okay, it's not a big age, but you're 11, you're almost at these teenage years. you have this thing with a girl, you think it's all going great. You know, you romanticize things when you're that age. And then work out the well. I'm not going to lie, I kind of like lashed a little bit at my mom. Like, why didn't you tell me that people can hurt you like that? Now, I'll be real. Yo,
Mom, it's because of you. I was not in a happy relationship.
No, I would just preferred my mom to have told me, like, yeah, people are going to hurt you. People are going to break your heart.
Prepare, but embrace.
Yeah, because at that point, you're always led to believe your parents are always giving you some sort of love or affection for the most part. There are some parents out there that are not the kindest. But regardless, for the most part, most parents are giving you love and affection, so you never really truly have heartbreak, and then you experience your first heartbreak, and you're led to this whole entire time, this image of, like, life is perfect, nothing bad can hurt you unless it's something physical, like a punch in the face.
I definitely did not think life was perfect. Growing up, watching happy fucking Disney movies, I still didn't think life was perfect. Like, what the... Like, I don't know, man. It just
okay, maybe you're the exception. Maybe you had some shit going down in your life. I don't fucking know. I'm just going based off my experience. Yeah, at 11 or 12, I kind of lashed at my mom for telling me that. For not telling me.
Well, let me get a little personal here.
Okay.
When did your parents...
get divorced?
Yeah.
I was 13.
Okay, so there's your life lessons, bro. Looking and watching.
I learned right there.
When my parents got divorced, same thing. Man, I learned right there. Like, it's I use my eyeballs. I didn't need a fucking TV to know that there's heartbreak that exists.
Yeah, I know. But when you're that age, you just think, like, nothing bad can happen. Your parents are going to be together forever. The divorce kind of threw me off, and I am the person I am now because of that divorce. But before the divorce, I didn't think I was going to have heartbreak like that.
Maybe because, I don't know. My parents got divorced when I was real young, so who knows? Maybe I'm just built different.
He was scarred at a younger age.
Well, how come we don't have shows that show parents getting divorced? Like,
or maybe there was, and then we were never shown.
Well,
those.
Maybe Disney's the one who just wants to paint a certain picture.
Like I said, maybe there was shows from Disney, but maybe our parents, they don't want us to watch those. Maybe they chose what we watch, so we didn't watch that kind of stuff.
Nah.
I don't know. I just feel like it is a little bit on the fault of the content creators, aka Disney and all those other networks, for creating this, because they know nice stories sell. That's what sells.
They're safe bets.
Yeah, they're safe bets. They know that kids are going to tune in. They know that parents are going to tune in as well because their kids are engaged and they're interested. It just makes it easier to sell. Because if you try to sell some story like, oh yeah, this is Hank, he's with Bethany. By the end of the season, Bethany's going to leave Hank, and Hank is going to be a shell of himself.
Or maybe all these happy shows are hope. Like, example, these women who, or male, who have been through these heartbreaks and everything, they watch Lifetime, they watch these movies, and it reunites hope. Well, maybe this could be me.
I didn't think about that. That's a good, different perspective. Giving rejuvenated hope to those who have lost it. That, or Lifetime and Hallmark legitimately don't give a fuck and like, yo, just keep pumping this good, this feel good shit.
Every Hallmark movie is the fucking same, just different casts and different scenes.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's true. I don't know. I just feel like we were told lies when we were younger. And let's be real, when we were younger, it's not just our parents who are caretakers, it's also our teachers. Majority of the time we are in school for 8 hours every day for 5 days. So you're looking at 40 hours. So technically they're almost like a second set of parents. And they also feed you this perpetual lie that, everything's gonna be fine. Yeah, here, read a book about the caterpillar who falls down but then gets back up, and he never faces adversity ever again. That kind of stuff. I just feel like, and I get it, maybe they want to protect the innocence of youth. Cool. I just feel like maybe it's okay to fill in kids a little bit young, like, hey, you're going to get your heart broken at least like once. It's going to hurt bad, but you're going to get over it.
Or maybe Disney's a monopoly, and that's the reason why we haven't seen some of these other alternative views animated.
They bought out like everything.
They bought
Have
out.
you
It's
seen,
bought out.
shows these days, though?
In terms of like animated,
I'm just talking about if we were younger right now, to that age, 10, 11, we're watching Nickelodeon, Disney, whatever the fuck it is. Shows now have a shit ton of more drama in it than they used to back in the day.
Kid shows?
Like, Nickelodeon stuff, but like, it shit has a lot more drama now.
oh, I haven't seen.
Not
it.
like super young kid, but like getting out there, like 10, 11, maybe a little younger. Like, there's a lot more drama now.
What's more drama? What, more drama between kids?
Like breaking up and stuff.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't watch any of that shit. I'm just going based off what I remember and
Well, I don't watch that shit either.
yeah, and what and what I see in the classrooms when I walk into these young classrooms and these teachers are showing these shows and movies. Like, it's the feel good stuff, but like the teachers themselves know, like, it's not always that. Let's be real.
Teachers and cream.
Or maybe that's just what's authorized for them to play.
I don't think it's about
Schools?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Fuck that shit, bro. Have you ever been to history class? They
It's been-
show some fucked up shit.
it's been a
in that
while.
place, bro.
Yeah. No, actually, I kind of agree. When did the Spider movie come out? Like 2-3 weeks ago?
Spider-Man?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Spider-Man movie.
Oh, Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
few weeks ago.
Yeah, the next day after it came out, I was in an animation class, and he was showing a pirated version of the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
FBI.
And the school district going
I,
down.
I went up to him like, "Yo, isn't this illegal?"
What school
Like,
district?
I was like, "This is illegal as fuck," but don't say anything. I'm like, I got you. Can I sit down and watch too? I'm like, perfect. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. If
1080p. Like, what kind of quality?
it was actually really good.
Really good quality, but the audio is awful.
Oh.
Yeah. The audio was a little sketch, but the quality was there, and everyone got to see it for free. Essentially, you had teachers walk in, just sit in for 2 class periods, watch the movie. It's fucking fantastic. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's curriculum for. I'm not sure. I don't work with curriculum, so I wouldn't know. But I have a feeling that curriculum doesn't stop teachers from showing whatever the fuck they want. You hear it all the time of these teachers finally getting in trouble for showing movies aren't even bad. Like, perfect example. You guys are familiar with the movie Eat, Pray, Love?
Yeah.
Julia Roberts, 2008, 2009, some shit like that. It's not a scandalous movie, but it was a movie that they used for a cultural class. I want to say Ridgewood or Ringwood. One of those. The teacher got in trouble like 5 months ago for showing that movie because there was like a sex scene. She skipped it real quick. Okay, she knew the sex scene was coming up and she's like, skip. But she still got in trouble for it.
Dang.
For showing that movie because of that. So I'm not sure if it is curriculum, but I don't think anything is stopping these teachers from showing kids at a young age a little bit of heartbreak.
No, that's fine, but
You know.
sex? Yo, you trying
Yo.
to get fucking parents
I'm just saying,
wound up?
just go into a first grade class and show them the first Air Bud. That's all I'm asking. Show them what
Air
true
Bud?
heartbreak
Yo, I
is.
love that movie, bro.
You know
That
what
was
scene I'm
shit,
talking
bro.
about too, right?
The fucking
The pudding scene?
pudding cups.
Wait, what movie were we talking about?
Air Bud.
Bud.
Oh yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about ET there. For a
I was
minute.
like, oh, what kind of movie is
Show them
this?
that movie and just end the movie right there. Like, yeah, the kid gets on the boat and he never comes back. The dog's on that island, bro, he's dead. Yo, kids are gonna be crying. But at least they'll understand the lesson of, like, it's not always rainbows and
Shit
sunshine.
was a classic.
Yo, that scene, just thinking about it right now, I got a little bit sad. Just a smidge sad. I was
Air
like,
Bud.
oh, no. So,
You
yeah, I
never
don't
seen
know.
Air Bud?
No, I saw it.
Oh, that's
I only saw it the first.
I mean,
two.
there's a happy ending to it.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a happy ending.
Yeah, I think there was like 3 of them, but the first one was the best one.
Bro, there was like 7 of them. Because then he has kids. And then his
What
kids are
the
savants
fuck?
at whatever random. There was one where Air Bud, where his kid is like a lacrosse player. I'm like,
The fuck? Okay. Well, the good thing I saw that were like 3.
yo, that's what I'm saying. Yo, Disney had to make money, bro. They need those feel good stories because it sells. It
Yo,
sells.
all I need is another like babe pick in the city. I'm good,
Yo,
bro.
babe.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
You guys ever watch Gordy?
Nah.
No? Oh, man. Am I like the only one who's ever watched Gordy?
Fuck is Gordy?
He was, hold on. Babe is,
The pig.
I know, yeah. But is
Babe
he
had a pig? Had a baby?
No.
Oh.
Babe. Babe is a Disney thing, right?
Babe, is Babe Disney? I don't even know.
We assume it is.
I don't know.
Let's just assume it is.
Pixar, I'm sure.
Yeah, whatever. Gordy was like the generic brand Babe. He was also a pig that could talk.
Oh.
Yeah, but he somehow became the CEO of a company along with his caretaker, which was like a 10-year-old kid.
The fuck?
It was
Okay,
really
what the fuck you
weird.
watching?
Babe wanted to find his mother who got slaughtered in the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
It was really and then he became a country singer star.
Gordy?
Yeah, Gordy.
The pig.
Yeah, the pig. You see, okay, so no one remembers that movie, but
No,
everyone
because
remembers
we
Pig.
definitely not seen that shit.
Oh, no.
Yo, La La Land and then Gordy.
That's a weird transition.
It is a weird transition. But yeah, back to the topic. I just feel like, we were led these lies, and that's why when we had heartbreak for the first time, we didn't know how to fully tackle it. We're kind of led astray. We're like in our thoughts, like thinking all types of different things because we didn't know how to handle it. We didn't know how to cope with it because we were always protected.
Yeah, I think too, like, we were shown certain particular types of films because the idea was to show them what is possible, or what should happen, or I think there was a certain direction that it was being pointed towards that they wanted for us, for children who were growing up in that era. It just, as obviously we've gotten older, we've realized, or technically there's always been trials and tribulations. I mean, some have found their mark and hit the mark, and end story, one person, done deal. But I would like to think that the high percentage of everyone else had to go through
At least one breakup,
Yeah,
at least one heartache,
you had to-
something,
you
some
had
sort
to
of tribulation,
realize-
obstacle.
things didn't pan out the way that you thought.
Yeah.
And hey, I always like seeing some of my favorite movies are based off like people who have failed in life, or they've hit rock bottom and then they've found their way back up. Like I do believe people like watching those types of films where people are down and they're in the bottom, and yet they find the gust, the fire, and they propel themselves to a different whether it's a different path, but they're in a better place. Not dead, but they're in a better place. And I would love to see the same thing done about relationships too. Portrayed in a way where it's like, yeah, it gets tough, but you just keep on, and then
Keep on going.
and
keep on shooting your shot.
you find your person, and I think it'd be a lot nicer.
What do you think?
No,
Oh,
I'll have a chewy on that thought right there.
What do you think, Dan?
no, I think everything's fine the way it is.
Yeah?
No.
Your opinion.
Yeah, of course. This is everything's based.
It's
on
an
our opinions.
opinionated piece.
Yeah.
And for the people who are listening, I would love to know what you guys think, because I'm curious. Maybe it's just my opinion that is different than everyone else's. I just feel like kids shouldn't be coddled completely as their children. They should be. You should trust them enough to give them just a little bit of insight into the future. Like, hey, it's not always going to be like this.
A man wants to smack the shit out of him.
No, I want to smack them with a little bit of logic, a little bit of
You're
reasoning.
gonna get heartbreak one day and deal with it.
Yeah, like you'll go through heartbreak.
Don't call me.
You'll maybe be like in a love square, love pentagon, or whatever they come up with 20 years from now. What's the one with 8 sides? I love octagon. I'm sure one of those exists right now.
Love octagon.
I love octagon. I don't know how it would work, but where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, I don't know. Just give them a little bit of truth. Like they don't end up together.
I mean, kids fall all the time when they're kids. They hit their, they get cuts, they get scrapes,
Yeah.
they get scabs. Why can't we do the same in movies and, show them like, hey, just as much as you fall physically, you can fall emotionally.
You guys are literally just gonna fucking
Mic
take
drop.
your kid to the chair and make them watch shit where their fucking families get murdered. You feel that heartbreak now, boy?
And then they come back as this superior being.
No, he's gonna turn into some Dexter ass motherfucker and start murdering people.
I got 5 movies ready to show if I ever have kids. I got them ready, lined up.
God damn.
When they hit a certain age, like, yo, come here. You gotta watch 5 movies about heartbreak.
Hellraiser's
It's
number
gonna hurt.
one.
Who?
Hellraiser's number one.
No. The House of Spirits is number 1, followed by La La Land, and then, Devil Wears Prada. That's also a good love story.
What the fuck? I never seen that movie.
What?
Good movie. I'll cut that one.
Bro, that's a great one. Stanley Tucci's in it.
I don't even know what that is.
You never seen that?
He's Italy's best import or export.
Is it a bottle of wine? Like, what?
No, he's an actual actor.
Alright.
You never heard of Stanley Tucci?
I probably need to see his face. Is it he?
It's a he.
After this.
Hey, yeah.
We're gonna show you.
Hey,
You'll be like,
show me an
"Oh,
image.
I
Like,
get
oh
it."
yeah, I know that guy. I know that dude.
I don't know. That's it on. That's all I got.
Eh?
Yeah, it's just been 2 weeks of thinking about that.
That's all I got.
Okay,
You know my
fantastic.
stance.
I'm happy to get that off my chest.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Dan, can you plug our stuff in again? Because I'm not good at it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to this week's episode. Hopefully, Claudio was a good host, fucking up the beginning both times. Don't forget to follow us at our Instagram at No Sugar Added Podcast, our website at NoSugarAddedPodcast.com, and our YouTube channel at the No Sugar Added Podcast.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, and get ready for a cooking episode eventually.
Next week, because he has nothing to do Sunday.
Yo.
Yeah, okay, you know, I gotta invite the boys. I gotta get the buccini, and I gotta somehow find pork jowl.
Man, he's gonna have us over and he's gonna cook for us.
Yeah,
Yo.
bro, and I gotta get you guys drunk
Yo.
on wine, cheap wine.
I
Super
got
cheap
plenty
wine.
of wine.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and then we're gonna record a podcast.
We're
We're gonna start saying all outlandish
You
shit.
hear that? If you don't see a podcast at this guy's place next time, you know,
No. We're gonna
his
say some stupid shit that's gonna get all of us in trouble. So.
If you don't see no cooking on our YouTube, then we know why. It's this guy's fault.
Damn. Okay, no worries. I got you guys. Okay, guys. Well, everyone, have a good night, good day, all that good stuff.
And I right.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you would like to support, please follow us on your favorite podcast platform and leave a review. Visit us at NoSugarAddedPodcast.com for all the details.